Hey everyone, I'm back. Know it took a little time off there, but things got crazy. It's been hot. School's been starting. It's been a whirlwind, and I couldn't find any time to start making episodes again and doing video and stuff. That I don't have a team with me. It's just me, so it takes me a little more time. But I am back. I am back. I am here, and we're gonna start putting out content again. We have grown. I didn't think that was gonna happen. I thought I was gonna come back to the channel and it was going to be less people because I wasn't putting episodes out, and we grew. We're at 900 listens, almost 1,000. That's pretty good. We're at 69 followers, almost at 100. That's exciting. I've gotten more countries. I've gotten more people listening, more people commenting. That's what I like to see. The social media is kind of lacking a little bit, but hey, it's going up. Um, we're going to talk a little about that here for a short little bit. I don't want to make these intros too long because you guys seem to like the shorter intros. So we're gonna go with that. Um, but yeah. So had a lot of time to think about the channel, what I wanted to do with it, where I wanted to go, what I needed my content to turn into. Because as you know, you can only talk about certain things certain amount of times before you beat a dead horse. A lot of people have been asking me, needed to start doing the fixing content, the troubleshooting content, the how do you fix this, how do you fix that. And what I tell them is that's not podcast stuff because people want to listen to people talk. That's more like, video stuff that people want to see. And that may be something I add to the YouTube channel or do a TikTok channel, which I haven't done yet, but I probably need to. But yeah, no, it's like I said, it's need to do a little more. I got a lot of, I'm not saying I have more time, but a lot more chances to make that kind of content are coming my way. I had a whole bunch when I was, when I was taking time off, due to just being busy, man, being crazy busy. But I'm back. We're gonna try to accelerate and build on what we come back to. Try to get more people. Try to put more stuff out. As I say every time, I'm trying to do better on the social media. I got to work on, what kind of content you guys actually want to see, what you don't want to see. I also got to walk a line because a lot of manufacturers have, umbrellas over all the stuff that has to do with them. And granted, if they find me, there's, because they're looking for me, um, they weren't going to find, they're not going to find me till you guys make me famous, which you don't have to, but it'd be cool if you did. You know what I mean? But, but yeah, so we're going to walk that line. I'm going to have to do a lot of creative editing to edit some stuff out. But like I said, we're gonna power through it. We're gonna go. I've already been talking too long in the intro, but yeah, good topic today. Let's get the show started.
Welcome to the Dirty Wrench Podcast, the show that goes in, out, and all around the heavy equipment world. And now, here is your host, Jim with a G.
And we're back. Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. I'm your host, Jim with the G, as usual. Like I said in the intro, sorry about my extended leave of absence, but we're back. We're ready to make some content, ready to tell some stories, and we're ready to have some guests on. Hopefully things will work out better now. I've been working on recording and doing stuff, but yeah, we're here. So today, this is one of my requested topics, and they weren't requested by the people that need it. It was requested by the people that are tired of it coming to them. And a lot of these younger generation guys coming in don't have the traits that usual mechanics or technicians need to have to grow and to put themselves in a place to be grown, like be worked with and do stuff with people and be mentored and, brought up, the correct way, doing the stuff they need to do. And a lot of them fall to the wayside and end up either quitting and or getting fired because of these things, because they can't figure out how to fit in. Now, some would argue, that that's not anybody else's fault but society. But we'll get into that. And we're talking about the new technicians, the ones that come out of tech school, the guys trying to become what we are now. Everybody had to go through the phrases. Everybody had to go through, the phases. Everybody had to go through learning curves and learning hurts. And it's part of what made you great. But part of it was, being brought up by those people that, were good and great. And if you're not one of those people that they want to work with, you suffer unless you put a chip on your shoulder and decide, hey, I don't care who you are, I'm gonna be better than you, which is not saying it's not out there, but unless you got an athlete that decided to become a mechanic, it ain't happening. And that's experience right there. I'll tell you that right now. That's exactly what's going on right now. But this whole episode is to the new technicians, the new mechanics, the people that want to get into turning wrenches and that want to get into a place where they have to work. Usually, a lot of this would probably work in most blue collar jobs. So, like I said, take a lot of it and take it with a grain of salt, whatever you want to do. But a lot of the stuff I am going to say is going to help. And I can guarantee that because I've done it both ways. Like I said, I don't know how many apprentices I've gone through and I've grown them up and I've shown them and we've done wrong, we've done right, we've done questionable, but we've not saying we figured out something, but we have a system that usually works on separating the ones that want and the ones that don't, and the ones that it's for and the ones that it's not for. But I'm just gonna because I can go all day talking about this because pretty much what I talk about all the time. But um, I'm going to try to keep it to five main areas. And what five? Well, you can nitpick every single stepping stone, every base block you got to have to grow. But there's really only a handful that actually matter when you're coming in and nobody knows you and you have to prove yourself. And that's and that's it really. And like I said, I've talked with other guys, I've thought about it, I've wrote it down in my notes, and like I said, it's time for it to go out in the world. It's time for people to hear it, people to listen. Maybe it'll help somehow, maybe it'll do something, I don't know. But we're going to start with the first one, and the first one needs to be is that there is no silver lining. All right. And I chose this one first because a lot of the problems we have with new technicians, and a lot of the problems we have with people coming in is that they think if they just do something, they're okay, or that they think that just get to a certain point, it's okay, or that they did something and they're okay when that's not true. Um, Mechanicking, being a technician, building things is never a silver lining of you know, oh man, once I do that, I'm it. I'm the main person. No, that's not it. I can't speak for all trades, but everything's always improving. Everything's changing. No technology, so there's no way you can build a line of like, oh, I'm finally good enough. You'll never be good enough. And the older generation gets it. I got it, but the younger generation, they're just not understanding that there is no the best. There is no I am the greatest. There is you're good for right now. What but when that next challenge comes, what are you gonna do? And that's the sports, that's obviously a given. There's always somebody bigger, better, stronger, faster. But when you got to, labor jobs or technical jobs that you gotta have knowledge, you gotta do, there's always the same thing. There's always somebody bigger, better, faster, stronger. There's always somebody doing something half the time you're doing, and there's always somebody doing something better, quicker with more knowledge, younger than you, and doing the best they can. And there's no chip to try to be better than that person. And I can't give people the chip that you put on your shoulder. And you've heard me talk about it. Obviously, the chip is a metaphorical potato chip or a chip of something that you put on your shoulder that reminds you why you have to be better. It pushes you to be better than them. to be better than the next person, to be great. And there's a bad way of doing that, and there's a good way of doing that. Which the bad way is just to have that mentality and alienate yourself and move on. But the uh, the good way is going to follow the rest of the steps I announce here in this thing. But the biggest thing they need to know is that there is no ceiling. You're never going to be good enough, and that's okay because no one's ever good enough. Even the oldest guy with the most experience in your shop isn't good enough. He still has something to learn. You will always learn. You'll always have to be better, and there'll always be something that you have to work harder for. And if you don't want that, that is fine, but you will plateau. All right. This isn't an office. This isn't a place where they just expect you to do this to this from this time to this time. No. Sometimes you work a lot. Sometimes you work a little. Sometimes you do more. Sometimes you do less. Sometimes you do the same thing 30 times. Doesn't matter. But each time you need to be better and better. And each time needs to be faster and faster. And, it's just how you grow. You're not going to grow unless you want to be better. You're not going to be better. There is no silver lining. You're never going to stop. It's never going to stop getting harder. It's never going to get easier. And it's never going to get quicker unless you want it to be. And like I said, that's why I started with the first one, because that one's the hardest one for everybody to understand. The rest of the stuff, you tell them like, oh, okay, I get it now. And if they really want to get it, they do. And the rest of them don't. But no silver lining. We'll put that as number one. Number two, always be doing something. So this one is the one that you gotta you gotta be specific, because you get these dumbasses and smart asses that, oh, I always gotta be doing something. They'll be on their phone. They'll be trying to swat a fly in the background while you're trying to turn a wrench. No. What I mean specifically by you always need to be doing something. All right. I was a basketball player, obviously. I'm 6'6", so I'll tell you a phrase that coaches used to tell me all the time. What are you doing without the ball? Um, Anybody that's played basketball knows that if you're not moving, getting in the lane of the ball, doing something when you don't have the ball, offenses and defenses fall apart every time. And once they fall apart, chaos, turnover, other team scores. And like I said, it's not a good time. But what are you doing without the ball? Always be doing something. So if you're helping a older technician, he finds leniency in the day to allow you in his area to help him do something. You better always be doing something while he tells you not to do anything. So prime example. All right. If he is taking something apart and he goes, oh, you can't do this, it's too hard right now. Either A, you should be right next to him watching him almost as an annoyance, showing that you want to see what he's doing. Or B, you should be doing something in preparation for the next step, regardless if you know or not, cleaning around the area, organizing tools, or trying to help him in a way or get something else off that you should or shouldn't be doing. Now, oh, what if I take off the wrong thing? Hey, at least you're trying to help in a way, because they say, hey, I'm just trying to help. All right, well, don't take that off. Take this off. Now, that may not work with a lot of people, but if a guy's really trying to need help and wants you to be better, he'll say, no, don't take this off. Take that off. And honestly, if you do that enough, he'll end up kind of just letting you do it and telling you what to do out of, moral frustration, because he can't get mad at you, but he also, doesn't want you doing dumb shit, so he makes you do it. That's like a 10, 20%er of that happening. But most of the time, you're going to do the wrong thing and you're going to get yelled at. That's okay. Find something else to do. Always be doing something. Never be leaning, not paying attention. Never go away unless you're getting water or something for them that they ask for. Always make sure you have something they need next to you. A rag, brake cleaner, a tool, something, pocket screwdriver. You don't know how many times pocket screwdrivers people are, hey, you got a screwdriver? Boom, boom, boom. Always be ready to help, but always be doing something. That is number 2, most important. I don't know how many kids and how many new people come in, and the first thing they do is look around at something flying around in the shop and not pay attention to what's going on. And the technician he's working with has been asking for something for 10 minutes. Now, like literally 99% of the people that fail, that's their number one flaw, is they're never doing anything when they're not supposed to be doing anything. And that you don't know. We understand you don't know what to do, but you need to, everything's with a sense of urgency. All right. And that leads me to the third one. Always have a sense of urgency. Now, that's, like I said, that's one of the ones you also take with a grain of salt, because having a sense of urgency is multiple things to different people. So first and foremost, everything you do or your task you're given should be done like it's defining your job there. Don't get this confused with walking on eggshells. Please, not the same thing. When you are proving yourself as a technician or a mechanic, you're going to have to be given jobs to prove that you're capable of doing better. Because if you mess up, obviously that's out of your caliber, regardless of whatever. Oh, I'm usually good. No, that doesn't work in the real world. This isn't high school. The real world, you only get one shot at things. And you can either put up a goose egg or come out on top. And nobody realizes that everything is like that, especially now in school, because everybody wins. Everybody graduates. Everybody gets a trophy. You know, they don't know no better. So now we got to teach them that. Everything to be done needs to be done with a sense of urgency, like it's defining your future there. Regardless if it's washing something, cleaning something, getting a tool, organizing something, cleaning a tool room, it doesn't matter. But the ones that don't shut up and try their best and do everything are the ones that don't make it. That's the other, I said 99, I'll go 90% on the first one, 10% on the second one. That's literally why they don't succeed. Hands down. You can be the dumbest person ever. Dumb. I mean, I've had some dumb motherfuckers come through here. I can only, like, people, like, I know for a fact they can't read, and this wasn't just where I'm at now, where I come from, in Southern United States. Same thing. We've had kids that are IQ of 20,000, and they don't understand that they always have to be doing something. They don't understand that every job they get is a test. And you know what they do? They weed themselves out. Nobody wants to work with them. Nobody wants to give them jobs. So they get, oh, F this place, I'm leaving. Or they just get fired because nobody wants them around anymore. They become a problem. But you have to do everything with a sense of urgency. You wash a machine, every machine you do needs to come out as clean as it possibly can be. And not this, oh, well, that's as clean as I can get it. No, you have to try. You have to scrub. You have to do everything you can, try every chemical to try to get that thing clean. And I promise you that you will be noticed. Now, it's not going to be the first or the 10th or the 20th thing you do. It's going to be the thing you do when they're watching and you didn't know. Okay? Because another thing that people don't teach anymore is that, what are you doing when I'm not watching? Okay? Anybody can do anything great when somebody's watching them. Who are you when I'm not around? Who are you when I'm not looking at you? Now, these are morals. These are morals now. We're out of work. These are morals. These are human defining morals. Defines you as a person. What do you do when I'm not looking at you? All right. I don't know how many times I'll go out to a wash rack because that's where all my new people start is wash rack. Can't clean a machine, can't fix one. Bottom line. Go out there, first one, oh man, look, oh, you're doing great, you're doing great. I start getting creative, start sneaking around, go through the back of the wash rack, and then I start watching. I'll walk through the grass behind the machines so they can't see me. Just looking at the canal, walking through, seeing what new machines we have and don't have. Boom, right there. What are they doing? Slacking on their phone. So playing with the radio, by the chemicals, not doing anything, trying to hide till break time. Or they're just not there. Where are they? Who knows? All right. If your supervisor goes and looks for you or your manager, and every time he goes to look for you, you're not there, guess what? You're not working most of the time. I hate it for you. I really do. Oh, but I clean 10 machines. I just go to the bathroom at this time every day. No one's that accurate at that age and consistent to do the same thing twice, 3, 4 times, 5 times a day. So, don't want to hear it. Everything you're given is a test. And I know it does sucks. Oh, you shouldn't be able to work like that. How do they know you're worth anything? You know how many people lie and say, oh, I can, and they can't? It's the truth. But like I said, going back, everything you do has to be with a sense of urgency. Somebody asks you for a tool, needs a chest. Go get it, come back. Ask you to clean something, better be the cleanest anybody's ever seen. They want you to organize something, Dewey Decimal System. Organize that bitch. I promise. Every single person eventually will notice in the shop. And once the shop notices you're decent, that's most of the battle. All right? Most of the battle. So, what we covered so far. We're on no silver lining. What else do we do? Shit, I don't remember. Whatever. I know we just did. Was it that? Did I do two? Sense of urgency. Yeah, always be. It was silver lining. Always be doing something. Always have a sense of urgency. That's 3. All right. Number 4. Shut the fuck up. That's all you gotta do. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. I don't care how right you are. I don't care if you were with the guy that wrote the fucking manual for what you're doing. Shut the fuck up. Bottom line. Just shut up. Shut up. Shut up. All right. If this was a sport, you know how they shut you up? They throw something at you, a ball, a cooler, a water bottle. Then you shut up because now you can't talk because your mouth's like, your mouth's all hurt. But can't do that in a workplace because HR gets involved and gets a little logistic after that. But shut up. And the reason I say that is because you don't know anything. You don't know what you don't know yet. I had a Spanish guy I used to work with. Always used to tell me, I didn't know how much I knew. I didn't know till I got older. And that's a true statement. That was so true. So true. And that's why a lot of old people don't talk. They just do. They take advice and they go because they realize there is so much more you don't know about what you're doing. There's a lot they don't know. And that's okay. But until you know right, or until you gain the confidence of whoever you're working with, so they know you know right, shut up. Shut up, because last thing a guy wants to do is listen to is a guy, that he's taking a transmission apart 12 times. The little kid saying, "Oh, you shouldn't do it that way. You should do this." Shut up, because guess what? He doesn't want to work with you anymore. Bottom line. Okay, and then, like I said, you can hate it or love it. I don't care. He's not going to want to work with you anymore. If you always got something to say when you're getting disciplined, you do something wrong, and you start yapping, try to defend yourself. Shut up. Take it. Take it. Don't be a smartass. Don't go away mumbling under your breath. Don't do that. That's like a ass kick. Just shut up. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Yes, sir. I'll do better next time. That's it. That's all they want to hear. And then you go and you bust your ass and you do better. Now, this is funny because you never used to have to say stuff like this. And this was all common knowledge. This was all grown. You were grown into this. Doing any type of work around the house, with your dad or an uncle, this should have been known, but that doesn't happen like it used to anymore. So we have to say stuff like this. And like I said, keep your mouth shut, take everything with a grain of salt, and keep on working. And if somebody gives you advice, take it. Yes, sir. Don't matter if it's right, wrong, it's the wrongest thing you ever heard. Yes, sir. And pick a time and apply it just so they feel good. This will go very long ways with that person. All right? Very long ways. Like I said, anything. You go to a construction job site. Oh, you shouldn't cut that angle. Shut the fuck up. They're not going to want to talk to you. No one's going to like you. And if a few people don't like you, they all won't like you. And I'm not saying this is like some kind of cool, gang that everybody's got to like you. You can be the best in the world and nobody fucking like you. Okay? When I came where I'm coming, where I got to now, no one liked me. No one talked to me. No one did everything. And you know what I did? I came in every morning. Good morning. Goodbye. Did my job. Did it to the best of my ability. And slowly and surely, everybody started talking to me. It took a long time for people to talk to me, but it's okay. Not worried about it. Like I said, but that's part of going to new places and being new and being different. When you go to a new school, you're in somewhere you don't know. You be friendly. Not everybody's gonna like you. Don't have to. Same deal. All right. When you go to a new place, you put your best foot forward. You're trying something new. You put your best foot forward. You put your best attitude on, and you stick your tongue in your ass, and you fucking go. You shut the fuck up, and you go, and you earn everybody's respect, and you earn everybody's confidence, and you'll be fine. Because that's what you're doing as a new technician. You're learning. You're building. You're doing stuff. All right. Hold on a second. But yeah. All right. But yeah, just shut up, everybody. Just shut up. Like I said, just do your job, help. Do the other 3 things I said along with shutting up. Great. Great. And the last one, what was that? We got shut up. What are you doing without the ball? No silver lining. Do everything with the best you possibly can. 4. Here's number 5. Work at it. Practice. Learn. Read. God, I can't stress that enough. Open a machine manual. Open a tech manual. Google. Go on YouTube. Do something. You will not be better as a technician or mechanic if you're only working when you're getting paid. Bottom line. You want to be the best, you have to be better. The only way you're going to be better is to push yourself to be better. No one's going to push you in the real world. No one. You got to push yourself. And if people do, you need to gravitate towards them because that means they see something in you that no one else does. Because people that don't care about people don't say shit to them. And that goes, back to athletics again. If I'm not getting on you, it's because I don't care about you. I ain't telling you shit because I don't care about you. The people that get yelled at the most are the ones that are most cared about. And young kids have a really hard time noticing that. All they do is take offense and they retaliate. They get in down the dumps and throw themselves a pity party. Oh, no one likes me. No one does anything. They don't understand where they could be Because they only see right here. They don't see behind the camera. They don't see in front of the person next to them where they need to be. So people that go out of their way to notice every flaw they're doing and give them shit every day is because they're trying to get better. And like I said, unfortunately, kids don't understand that these days. Not all of them. So it's got to be taught. It's got to be said. I'm saying it. I'm doing it for you. Um, you know, you got to be better. You got to practice. You got to learn. You got to do everything you can to be better at your career you want. I've said it before in previous podcasts. What do NASCAR drivers do when they're not NASCAR driving? They're racing something else. What do basketball players do when they're not playing basketball? They're practicing basketball. What are football players doing when they're not playing football? They're working out, or they're running routes, or they're training with their trainers. They're always doing something. Why? Because that's their career. That's how they get better. That's where they want to be. They want to be the best. You're not going to be the best if you're only getting better between 7 to 5. You're going to be average. And that's okay. But don't be mad when you get outworked, out hustled, and out skilled because you chose to plateau. Said it already. Things change every day. Right now, my brand I'm with, they're about to rewrite how we do everything. And I've been breeding this the last, 4 months. Those who don't open your computer need to start opening it because it's going to be really, your job's going to be really heavy to find on your use of that computer from now on. They don't listen. Well, getting closer. Programs are here now, hooking up to machines, trying to work out the kinks, trying to work out the bugs. There's only 2 people next to me. Why? Because those 2 people understand what I've been telling them. Hey, this shit's going to get crazy. We need to get all the practice we can. That way we're not as bad when nobody knows. And, like I said, that's happening right now. And I've said it in my podcast. I tell it to my guys every Monday on our safety meeting. Things are getting crazier. And they had to blow it off. Oh, this isn't like fractions. You don't practice, you don't learn it, you ain't going to get it. When you don't get it, you're going to suck. But yeah, you got to be better. You got to do better. You got to want to be better. You got to read. You got to look at books. You got to work on stuff outside of work. Any chance you get to do more, do it. But if you don't, you're not going to get better. You want to go hang out with your friends? That's cool. Go hang out with your friends. Sure, they suck too, because you're going to suck. Not everybody's friends suck. I'm just saying, you could be the sucky friend in the group. Just throwing that out there. But yeah, gotta want to be better. Gotta do what it takes to get better. There's no silver lining. You have to be better. And once you get better, guess what you're gonna have to do again? Get better. I know it's not a word. I don't care. But that's where you need to be. And that's why I chose those 5, because those 5 are the most important in the development of new mechanics and technicians. Once those traits are mastered, or not mastered, but they're worked on, anybody will put you, come on my back. Let's go. Let's be great. Let's make you great. Like I said, it's not hard, guys. It's simple. And I promise you, it's real easy. And I don't know how many young guys actually, or girls, or listen to this podcast, but you got to do it. No one's gonna listen to your excuses. No one cares. It's your life. Everybody's got one. They all suck. Yours doesn't suck any more than anybody else's. You got to be better. Like this podcast. It takes a lot for me to do these because I work so much. If I want to do it and be better, I gotta make time. And it doesn't make my family happy, but I gotta try something, because who's gonna be laughing when we're places for free doing stuff like this? just to record, have fun, talk with people, talk to manufacturers. That is the goal. But I hope you guys like this episode. I hope this goes in a different direction. Probably a little too vulgar to this episode, but it'll be all right. Y'all all grown ups, right? I do put explicit warnings on my podcast. So if you listen to it and you're young, don't repeat it. But I'm sure everybody else is okay. Keep interacting, guys. Keep, you know, leaving comments. Go on all the social medias. Like I said, I'm going to try to start putting out little clips, with some little troubleshooting pointers. I think I'm going to do some basic error codes on machines. Might help. Try to, like I said, I gotta walk a line because once they reach out to try to shut me down, it's over. So we're gonna see what we can do though. But yeah, hope you guys like this episode. Thank you guys for the growth. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for telling your friends to come listen, come watch. Like I said, just remember every episode you listen to is also a video that I horribly edit together to put on Facebook and um, YouTube and stuff like that. So, like I said, guys, try to get another episode in. Probably won't. I'm not going to start hoping out, but hopefully I have something different behind me. I plan on changing up a little bit. Not my location as much, but it may seem like it is. We'll see. Whatever I have time to do. But yeah, as usual, I'm Jim with the G. This is Dirty Run Podcast. Thank you for watching or listening, whatever you're doing.